We have a big breaking news now coming in. We've been given to understand through our sources that Kavitha has been suspended from BRS over anti-party activities. It's a developing story. We'll provide you more context with regards to what exactly transpired there and reason behind the suspension of Kavitha from BRS. But as of now, the reason that we have been given to understand is that she's been suspended from BRS over anti-party activities. The big breaking news of the hour coming in. My colleague Sudha Sadanand is joining us here live on the broadcast. Let's try to understand this better. Sudha, please provide us more context since I have said that it's a developing story, right?
Absolutely. This was brewing for the longest time, and it all started with she writing a letter to her father and saying that how she really admires him and he is the god and he's been surrounded by demons. And it was because she was feeling for the longest time that she was being sidelined, Sakshi, that, from party activities. And she made several innuendos that it is someone within the party who's trying to see that she's sidelined. We also have a guest. I think let me field some questions to the guest, Ravula Sridhar Reddy. Mr. Reddy, thank you so much for making the time and joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Reddy, recent times when she was traveling abroad, she was in the US apparently to see to the admission of her child. In her absence, she was also removed from the presidentship of the coal miners, and she was somebody who was, managing that for the long time. And even at that time, she had said that why did it happen in my absence? Also, she, referred to someone as Lilliput, someone in the party. And then the latest is how her cousins, she strained her guns on her cousins, former finance minister of Telangana, Harish Rao, as well as Santosh. So I want to ask you that the father obviously has not taken the daughter seriously, because Kavitha was only looking towards KCR to kind of break this deadlock, as it were. Mr. Reddy. Can you hear me, Mr. Reddy? Ravula Sridhar Reddy, who is the spokesperson for the BRS, has joined us on this broadcast. Mr. Reddy, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can. Thank you.
Did you hear my question, sir? Should I repeat myself?
Hello?
Should I? Okay, let me ask you this question. Kavitha had totally depended on KCR Garu, the father, that he will look into it, that somehow he stems this kind of mini rebellion which was brewing in the party against Kavitha. But that doesn't seem to have happened, and KCR Garu has now said, let her be suspended from the party. Your first comments on this big development coming from Telangana, sir?
See, the letter today, given by the party on her suspension makes it very clear that her recent activities as well as statements are not in the interest of the organization. In fact, they are against the interest of the organization and damaging the reputation of the organization. Hence, a decision has been taken by the Honorable Party Chief, former Chief Minister, Shri KCR Rao.
Right,
Here, the issue is that anybody can express their concern, anybody can express their opinions. We are in a democratic setup. But ultimately, when you are working in an organization, one should work within the framework of the organization and the rules and guidelines of the organization, which always should be in the interest. We have various forums to express our concern. So the recent developments are not actually in the good taste. So the party had to take a decision after careful examination, and the result is today a suspension from the party.
Reddy Garu, I want to ask you, very well said, sir, but I want to ask you some other leading questions. Kavitha is not anybody. Of course, she is a party worker, but she also has a major role, after the formation of Telangana by KCR Garu. She, along with her brother KTR, they were, as it were, the kernel of the party, So she's not somebody. Also, for the longest time, she's written letters. She's written a letter which she said was deliberately leaked to the press, where she wrote a letter to her father saying that I have these grievances. I feel that, there is a kind of a mini rebellion against me. There is internecine warfare. I'm in the middle of this entire conspiracy. Now, recently also, she said when she was removed as the president of the Coal Mineries Workers Organization, she said it happened in my absence. Then our sources tell us that she went to meet her father, but the father did not meet with her. Then the latest is where she spoke to the press and she spoke about how, if you talk about the Kaleshwaram, project, she said, why is my father being, held guilty? It is more Harish Rao and Santosh Garu, who are both her cousins, who are at the, right at the middle of it. I am not playing the devil's advocate. I am asking you on behalf of the viewers. What if someone says that she was sidelined? Why was she sidelined in such a major fashion, considering she's done a lot of work amongst the BCs as well? And for you, as a party, the BCs are a major monolithic group. Mr. Reddy.
You have asked me many questions. Let me answer one by one.
Thank you. Great.
She is not sidelined. She is an MLC of the party, number one. Number two, nobody denies her contribution in the Telangana agitation or in the party activities for the last, say, 1.5 decade. When she was once an MP, then she was made MLC in the party, and she worked with her own organization called Jagruti also. To a certain extent, it will help the party also. The issue is here, there are many issues around. We are in the opposition today. The Congress party, rather BJP to a certain extent, they have targeted us, especially the ruling party, is trying to tarnish the image of Sri KCR, trying to level allegations against him, taking the Kaleshwaram issue. They also have filed cases against Mr. KTR. They brought the name of Mr. Harish Rao, despite giving a explanation on the entire thing that happened in the Kaleshwaram project. So when the ruling parties at both center and state are trying to, rather targeting us and trying to destabilize us, any member of the party is expected to stand by the party. If they have any concern, if they have any information, they could have very well expressed with the party chief in the way it is to be done within the framework and guidelines of the organization. Right from me to every worker in a village, from to Hyderabad, at every level, everybody does something to the party according to the roles and responsibilities given to them. Doesn't mean that we should go to the public, we should go to the media, and definitely whatever has to be expressed within the four walls, when they go out, it definitely damages the party's reputation.
All right, Sridhar Garu, we are also joined by Chandrashekar Rao, spokesperson for the BJP in Telangana. Mr. Rao, thank you so much for making the time. Mr. Rao, in all this, between the cousins and the family, the fight, the familial war, as it were, which is broken out in the BRS, the name of the BJP has also been mentioned several times, where Kavitha said, there was an attempt to kind of sign up with the BJP, but my father stymied it, etc., etc., etc. Your opening comments on this war, and where does the BJP, if at all, because the rumors are also swirling, sir, that she may come to your party after making all these allegations that we never were interested in forming a truck with the BJP. Mr. Rao.
Yeah, see, basically this was a revolt which was brewing for a long while, and there is no surprise that it has come to a situation like this. And BRS party has been on the edge, and it has been sliding down since the assembly elections when they have lost. After that, the general elections where they had nothing, a zero score. And today, their party is breaking up into pieces. It could have happened either by Harish revolting, KTR revolting, or Kavitha revolting, or Santosh revolting. So, in a family party, the family feud and the legacy and succession are key or critical, because these are all family parties. 99% of the parties in this country, with an exception of communists and Bharatiya Janata Party, are all family-run parties. And in their journey of their power struggle and their political growth, they always had their patriarch or matriarch challenged by their own siblings or friends or family. So this is what is happening to TRS. That's an implosion, and the storm was brewing for a while, and Kavitha has put up the flag of revolt against her own father. That's what happens in politics. The power is mightier than the blood. And Kavitha is today trying to probably, after this, and she was probably waiting for this, and then she would go ahead and launch her own party, as I see. BJP has nothing to do with this.
Right.
BJP is a national party. We're a constitutional party.
Yes.
And we have nothing to do with the family parties of this country.
Right. But then we also have Itala Rajendar who jumped from BRS to the BJP. But then that's for another time, another conversation. Thank you both gentlemen for joining us on this broadcast. Thank you.